Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Livia is probably going to cry while reading Malazan. I'm going to do some video reactions while reading chapter 22 of Reaper's Gale, and I'm a bit afraid going into it. A few thoughts before starting. Chapters I think 1 to 6 were a bit difficult for me, and I think it was also because I was a bit tired and stressed while I was reading them, but also because I was mixing up characters in my head so much. I'm having such a hard time remembering the fairy and Idur names for some reason. Some characters I still don't remember the names out of my head. I have a list. I've printed out a list with all the characters, like dramatis personae, to have around me at all times, just because I can't remember the names of the characters. Sorry, so if I mess up any names, sorry in advance. Okay, why am I afraid going into chapter 22? Well, I feel that there's no way out for the Malazans right now. Like, they're trapped, and no matter if Tavor manages to go and attack Letheras on the other side, I don't think that's gonna help them in any way. It just feels like this was supposed to be a suicide mission from the start, and it's making me really sad, and I really have no idea how they could get out of it. So okay, we'll see. I hope this is not gonna be messy. Wish me luck. One thing before going further, I've already made all the videos. I'm gonna put them together. A big part of this video is gonna be a mess, I think, because, well, I normally have a hard time putting my feelings into words, especially in front of a camera, but with this chapter, it was really hard, for reasons you'll see. I mean, at times it just felt like someone was strangling me, and I didn't have enough air, and all the water inside my body would come out from here for a very strange reason. But it got better towards the end, and I took a break and I thought a bit, and I put my thoughts together, and there's some sort of conclusion towards the end of the video. So yeah, sorry guys. Reactions, you never know when they come out. Okay, I hope you're gonna enjoy. Okay, what a beginning. So I think we're introduced to this character because I don't remember him from before. Gaskaral Traum, and the way the scene is written, with him preparing, he was the first one to take blood. I literally thought he would be the assassin to kill Brolhandar, yeah. And until the very last moment, you wouldn't know for sure if it was him or someone else. That was amazing. Holy shit, Beak is quite something. I just read the conversation he had with Fiskenneb, and Fiskenneb was asking whether some people were in the village they were going towards, and he gave so many details about each of them. Oh my god. I'm actually curious what would Quick then think upon meeting Beak, if that ever happens. He'd be like, oh damn, someone might be better than me. Is that even possible? I really like Beak. He's amazing. He doesn't realize when he's awkward. His social skills are 0. Oh no, sorry. I live next to a church. Okay, I'm starting to be afraid for Beak. There's something he says that really got me worried. A low murmuring reply. Yes, sir, you'll see. Everyone will, because you're all my friends, and friends are important. The most important thing in the world. And I'll show you. Korab having a shit ton of weapons and a shield is going to be something either hilarious or heroic. Or both. Yeah, it's Korab we're talking about, right? It seems to me that we'll actually get to see 2 battles in parallel. Now that would be so interesting. Okay, having a really hard time putting my thoughts into words. I'm reading the battle between the owl and the Letheri now, and it's just brutal and painful, and this was one of those battles that I was not really looking forward to. Not that I would be looking forward to any battle, but this, it was... I didn't want the owl to lose. I felt they deserved to survive. They deserved some sort of retribution, but in the same time, I didn't feel like the Letheri deserved to die. Not the soldiers, not, you know, whoever deserved any kind of punishment was not there. And that was unfair. And seeing them drown in mud is just painful, horrible. And there was a last quote of this part that just... The sun stared down, blazing with eager heat, on Kuson Tapi, where 2 civilizations locked throat to throat. One last time. I guess this really tells me that they're gonna kill each other, and no one's gonna be left. This is just... wow. I'm not looking forward to the rest of the battle. I'm really not. Yeah, okay. As I was saying, Levi is crying while reading Malazan. Meek is gonna die, isn't he? The memory of his brother's suicide, it's like right now he is trying to do something he didn't manage back then. And because he feels he finally has friends, something that obviously he didn't have, or he didn't feel he had. I mean, he had his brother, but it's not quite the same. Okay, I had to stop because I had a hard time putting words together. I had to pace around the house a bit, cry a bit some more, and try to breathe. and I kept thinking of Beak, you know, and it showed like very little, but a couple of times. The others actually, they don't seem to consider him. I mean, he thinks of the whole army as his friends, and they don't. They still belittle him, and they consider him dumb, and they're scared of him, or they don't know what to make of him in like the best way. So that makes whatever he's doing right now so much better. Like, how will they feel when they realize? I don't know exactly what he's doing. I think he's just like literally pulling all
all the magic that he has together in order to protect them. And yeah, the Idur just realized they've been betrayed by everyone, basically, because apparently the popper from the cripple god is not there either. So yeah, they're by themselves. I actually hope they will be able to get protection from Beak's dome somehow. Oh man, I didn't expect this to happen, and it's so hard to express what I'm feeling. Oh god. Yeah. I'll be right back when I feel I can, say more about this. This whole thing is actually pretty hard to record. I kept taking breaks and reading like one more page and then taking another break, and it's one thing I really, really love about the way Erikson manages to bring something that he mentioned before, and then with just one short phrase or a couple of words, just to break you. And I'm gonna try to read something. Let's see if I manage. Pain had been scoured away, cleansed away. All the weight was vast, getting heavier still, but he would not let go. Not of his brothers and his sisters, the ones he so loved, my friends. Basically, this time, he won't let go the weight, like he thought he did with his brother, because he couldn't save him. This time, he's saving them. Yeah, and he's also, I don't know, it feels like he's doing some sort of shield anvil thing, because I don't know what of the actual effects that will be, but there's some sort of purification, obviously. I don't know which kind, but I guess they need it. Holy shit, this is getting more and more painful. I think I'm gonna have to, after I finish this chapter, I'm gonna have to take a couple of hours of break and just think about it and maybe have a conclusion, because otherwise I don't think this mix of videos is gonna make any sense, because I'm just at the loss of words. Okay. Hood actually waited for Beak, and Beak got to meet his brother, and oh god, it was beautiful, but so painful at the same time. I mean, it's like, oh, Mr. Engson, I'm sorry, you're like stabbing me, and then oh, another knife, and you're stabbing me some more, and then some more, and some more, and I'm good gracious. This whole big story was so damn beautiful. His innocence is basically Fiddler's compassion, and his saved the whole day. Well, not the whole day, that specific moment of a bad battle. Just a bit of compassion. 1 hour later, here I am, eyes still red, but feeling better and ready to move on. So
Red Mask had just been killed by a changemal, by the two changemal. He had... Did I miss something? Why? How? I mean, how? That's pretty obvious. They literally chopped him to pieces. Okay. Totally unexpected. Was he the one that Hood was expecting as well? Because who else would he wait for? Talk is saying, well, thinking that the last of the owl were dying in their cemetery of mud. And this really made me think of the prologue of Memories of Ice with the... I don't remember the name of the animals. I remember the eye. Ranag? Was it Ranag? That were dying stuck in the mud. Somehow I drew a parallel there, and it feels like the owl are the Ranag who have been overexploited by the IMAS / in this case the Letheri. No, I hope the other one that Hood is waiting for is not Talk. Not my boy Talk, please. I'm literally afraid to turn the page. I am sighing way too much in this video, aren't I? The last one as well. Well, did not want this to happen. Oh, once I start crying, it's so easy to keep on going. He has to come back in some way. I mean, I'm pretty sure he will. Man, am I going to put all these videos online? It's just me crying. That's about it. And Tool watched Talk getting killed. And he didn't even know about it. Are you fucking kidding me? Is there more? So, Tool didn't know that was Talk. But if he gets to see the arrow shafts, he will know. He didn't even have to see the arrows. Oh, God. Red Mask was Letheri? He was not a real Red Mask? I want to know more. So Talk the Older is still alive? Have we met him already? Okay. Took a break. Dried my eyes. Blew my nose. And here I am with some conclusions. Let's start with the Owl Letheri battle. It was the battle I didn't want to see. I didn't want to happen. I was hoping for something to change people's minds, or I don't know. I don't know what I was hoping for. It didn't happen, obviously. It was really surprising to see Red Mask die the way he did. He was Letheri, so I guess we'll learn more later, I hope. I'm really curious about him. Why? Was he an indebted who wanted to take revenge on the Litheri, and then he thought, oh, I'm just gonna use the owl for that? But then he would speak their language and knew their culture, so that's really interesting. I didn't want to see Doc die. I didn't, but perhaps it's for the better. I mean, he really deserved the peace, and I hope that will happen. But at the same time, I have the feeling, you know, because he was still missing one eye, so we've seen what one eye can do, right? AKA the feather witch swallowing the Aaron's eye. It was creepy AF. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, Brawl Hunter. See, I'm really bad at remembering these names. When he actually learned he had a protector, and he doesn't go and say thank you, because, you know, is that thank you gonna do anything, considering you're all gonna die in the next hour or so? So his way of saying thank you was basically, allow me to fight beside you. And in this case, actions speak louder than words, and it was just beautiful. What else? Oh yeah, Letter Anect being killed by, wait, see, names again. Venetsatad or something. Okay, I guess he got what he deserved. He was the kind of character I didn't like at all, not for a moment. So yeah, that was a very satisfying thing. And also to see Venet kind of breaking his own chains, that because he was training himself. I think he seemed like a really smart person, and always doing what his master, whose name I also don't remember because it's the rich guy, always doing what he said. I guess in the end he saw things in a different way, being far away from him, maybe out of Letherus, who knows. What else? Yeah, one of the most painful moments actually in this part of the chapter, Tool realizing it was Tok who died, and that I could feel his pain, and I was there for him. I wish I could have been there and give him a hug, although I don't think that would have helped, but that's how I felt right then. I literally thought that Beak's death is gonna be the peak death of the chapter, and nope, Mr. Stevenerikson decided to hit me again in the heart with talk. Hard. That was very hard, and I hope we get to see more of Tool in the next books. I really wanna know how he's doing now that he's, you know, flesh and blood again. What else was interesting? I don't know. We even got to shortly see the point of view of a horse, and that was just beautiful, because they were like free, never again. They wanted to be out of the battle. I guess now thinking back, there's a lot of description on horses being killed alongside humans, and they deserve their time and their attention, because they hurt just as much. Okay, second part of the conclusion, the part with the Malazans. I think there's more to say there. Things that caught my attention. Hellion, with all her nonsense, because she was really, really drunk and hallucinating. Even during that moment, she said at some point that she's responsible, or that she feels responsible for Orb. That's how I call him, Orb, because she felt responsible because he had to kick the temple's door. So that goes back to Cthulhu, when they were just doing their jobs and didn't really care much. And that shows that soft side of Hellion that no one gets to see, actually. Maybe just small glimpses from time to time. And that was really pretty. I really like those moments. What else? Oh yeah. Hanradi realizing that he had been double-crossed and betrayed from all sides, and they were trapped and they were going to die just like the rest of the Malazans, and that the Letheri didn't really care about them. I mean, whenever I read, I just try to put myself in those characters' shoes, and I don't know what I would have done, but I wouldn't have had the same courage. And I don't know, he had the glimpse in the moment, like, we need to do something. All hope is lost, but not really. There's a thing there. Maybe I can, a silver glowing dome, maybe I can save my people. And I think as he was leading them there, maybe in the back of his mind, he was like, if we get out of this alive, we're going home, baby, home. And that was also very wise of him, I think. And what was important was actually that Fiddler allowed it. He showed compassion, and actually the rest of his people as well. They really didn't want to, like, oh, I'm not gonna get blood today. No, I mean, we got out of it alive, and it was pretty obvious the Edu were double-crossed. So I think in the end, the Malazans were coming just for Rulad, because it was a question about, oh, your emperor cannot be killed. Yeah, he cannot be killed. So maybe it's for that. In the end, I don't know. We'll see. Chapter 23 and 24. And I want to talk about Beak, because yeah, I didn't think I would be able to get so attached to a character that is so different from me, that I normally I would probably find a hard time relating to, and a character that we knew only from this book, and we didn't really get to see that much of him. But the small parts that we saw, the small glimpses, they just painted such a beautiful picture of him. Amazing. I have seen actually I have said this a couple of chapters ago, I don't remember. I think Beak might be somewhere on the autistic spectrum, because he has low social skills, difficulty in communicating, creating relationships with people. He can have obsessive interests, and he can get really, really good at them. Like, he is controlling so many candles, which in the end, it was obvious they were Warrens. So that's very powerful. But I think what's really important is that with all the horrible things that actually happened to him in childhood, especially, he kept his innocence. And he just wanted friends. He wanted to be loved. And what was beautiful was that he died feeling that he was surrounded by friends. Although I don't really think they felt that way, because he was a tool. I mean, when he was chosen, it was like, oh, we have a guy that's pretty good with the words, like, so we might just use him. And it wasn't because of his personality, or on the contrary. I mean, everyone seemed to look down on him. And I think even when he said, a couple of hours ago, I read that part when he said, like, I'll show you because you are my friends, or something like that. And Fiddler kind of rolled his eyes and said, yeah, we're gonna die tonight, I guess. So no one really believed in him. And I think that was the most painful part for me, because the others didn't really see him the way we have as a reader. He didn't know how to show those feelings, how he felt, how he thought. That was not his forte. And I think he just scared everyone else, or they just looked at him like, oh, this guy's dumb. And that is the saddest thing about his death, I think. I hope he will get to be acknowledged somehow later, because he really deserves it. But I'm not sure that's gonna happen. I do have a very weird question. I'm curious that if with the whole flame thing, because I think what he did is basically he used all of his warrants in the same time. He did some sort of purification. Did everyone else there, like, did the bone hunters ascend? I'm really curious about that, because it seems possible. I guess I'll see. Okay, guess that's it. Nothing else comes to mind. Not right now. Later, for sure, when the video is published. Always. Oh well. This was tiring. I'm mentally drained, and in the same time, I don't know if I can fall asleep. And it's already pretty late. It's 8 p.m. So this chapter literally took me 6 hours. It wasn't just reading. It was reading, crying, and thinking. I would just stare and think and cry. And it was very strong experience. I hope you enjoy this. I hope it wasn't too boring or too, I don't know, all over the place. Thank you for watching if you ended up to this moment, and I'll see you on the next one.